Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake on YouTube. And what we're going to make are actually a very chewy applesauce and peanut butter cookie. Here we're going to combine basically peanut butter and applesauce. So there's really no fat involved or oil involved. And it really makes for a very nice, crisp, yet chewy cookie. So let's get started. First, let's get our dry ingredients ready, and we'll need 3½ cups of all-purpose flour. In that 3½ cups, you're going to put a ½ teaspoon of salt, and then you're also going to be putting in 1½ teaspoons of baking soda. Okay, I'm going to go through the directions of the ingredients, hopefully very clearly for you, because I no longer put the recipe below my videos. And then what we're going to do is just set the dry ingredients aside for the moment. All right, now let's start working with the wet ingredients. What you're going to need is 1 cup and I like to use unsweetened applesauce for this recipe. If you want to use sugar-based applesauce, feel free. But I find with the amount of brown sugar that I'm going to be putting in, the unsweetened, it gives still a little bit of tartness to it, the cookie, and it tastes really good. But again, 1 cup of applesauce, whatever brand that you prefer or that you have in your kitchen. Okay. The next thing is, of course, you're going to need peanut butter, and you need 1 cup. I am using the creamy. If you want to try the chunky, feel free. But I'm using just the creamy, and 1 cup, again, whatever brand that you prefer to use. And then this is a recipe that can be really made very easily with a hand mixer. But because of the video and I want to move it along, I'm using my stand-up because it is much faster. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to cream basically the peanut butter and the applesauce and mix it well till it's smooth. Probably much longer than what you saw me do, but again, I'm moving it along. The next thing that we're going to be putting in, of course, is brown sugar. Now you'll need 2½ cups of brown sugar. So I'm just going to put a little in at a time, and I'm going to warn you about the sound about the mixer being loud. Once you blend that a little bit, what you're going to need is egg whites. You'll need 2 of them, and I've had them at room temperature, so just put them in. You don't have to beat them ahead of time or anything like that. You're also going to be putting in vanilla, so you'll want to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I'm just going to turn the mixer on for a little bit till it's well combined, okay? Learning about the sound. That shouldn't take you very long at all. You just want to make sure that it's become, quite smooth. I'm just cleaning the sides of my bowl right now and trying to get to the bottom a little bit. And I'm going to lower it maybe just so that you can maybe see what it looks like so far. Okay? All right. Now what we're going to do is just start slowly adding the dry, mix it well, and well, we'll be done with that portion of it. Okay, so we'll put a little at a time so flour doesn't go all over the kitchen. and then just make sure that it's well mixed. I'm going to take a lot of this excess, of course, off my paddle. Okay. And we'll set that aside. All right, now you'll be able to see what the cookie dough looks like. Now it will feel a little bit heavy as you're mixing it, but it doesn't make for a really dense or really heavy cookie. It is a chewy cookie though, okay, so I want to tell you about that. And you can really smell that nice peanut butter and that applesauce, and then when it bakes, the whole kitchen, oh, it smells so good. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and these cookies can take you anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going ahead and I've used parchment paper, but you can just use your oil spray, whatever brand that you prefer, and you'll want to just put them down by a tablespoon size, okay? If you want to go ahead and use your scoop, you know, feel free. And then just, they will spread a little, but not much. So as long as you have a good, you know, 1.5 inches, something like that between them, you should be fine. Now I get about 5 dozens if I make the cookies of the size that you're seeing now. You know, of course, if you want to get more than that in dozens, just make them smaller. Or if you want to make them larger, adjust your cooking time, of course, because it's going to take you longer. But again, 375. When they come out, I would suggest to just let them stay on the tray just for your hot tray for just a minute or so, and then remove them to a cooling rack, okay? Now, I'm going to just rinse my hands quickly because I want to show you what they look like once they are baked up. So I've been handling raw egg whites, so I definitely like washing my hands. All right, and they will come out looking like this. So they're not going to look like your traditional peanut butter cookies, a lot of times where you put the fork and the stamp across the top. They will have more of a rounded top to them. Here, in fact, I'm just going to grab a little one to show you. You can make them smaller like this, and you're going to yield more than the 5 dozen. But again, I like to at least see them the size that I showed you, which was that tablespoon. But anyway, you'll have a nice brown bottom, okay? The top will not come up real brown. If it does, they're a little bit overbaked, and well, you might not like them. They might be too dry, okay? When you break into them, then you will see they are a moister cookie, but they're a chewy cookie. And I'm gonna press on them just a little bit here to show you how they are. But they're not real heavy or dense that you're not going to enjoy them, because you can see as I'm breaking it apart how nice and chewy they are. So they really have a great taste of not only the apples that you put in them, but the peanut butter. It just all comes together. And I think because we're using the egg whites and not all the yolk, they do come up more of a lighter type cookie. So I think you're going to like this recipe if you give it a try. If you do give it a try and you like it, well, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. I also want to remind you, though, to solely watch my videos on YouTube, because when you leave comments or questions, if they've been taken to other sites, well, I can't answer you, and it's really very frustrating. It really is. And that's, again, why one of the reasons I don't leave my recipes anymore below the video. It's just not worth it anymore. but I really hope that you like this recipe and that you give it a try. If you're so inclined and you want to subscribe to the channel, I can't thank you enough, or ring the bell, or give it a like. That would be fantastic. I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake on YouTube, and I'll see you soon.